Today we are going to talk about probably one of the most important things in every recording studio. Hey guys, I know you know it from the thumbnail and title of this video, but yeah, we're gonna talk about these guys. So today is my mixing day, so I'm gonna basically spend the whole day here on this chair, and my main tool besides my DAW and my plugins, and actually the most important tool, are these three monitors. And maybe I'll start with introducing you to these devices from the biggest to the smallest. This is the Focal Trio B Yamaha NS10 M Studio version, and the small ones are Avantons, which are actually pretty cute and tiny. And also from time to time I'm using these ones. It's a pretty popular model of headphones. It's Biodynamic DT770 770. These are basic mixing headphones. Do I sound serious? I have an impression that I sound serious in English. To really comfortably operate between different monitors, you need some kind of controller. We are using this device. Let me show you. This is Drummer MC2.1 monitor controller. I just choose the monitoring. We have three different monitors, so you just put the volume up and choose. In my opinion, using multiple monitors requires a bit of a discipline, because it's not easy to use this, for example, small one which sounds really shitty, instead of the biggest ones, the Focals, which they're just heaven. But you need to remind yourself constantly why you're doing that. You're not doing it for pleasure. I mean, mixing music is a pleasure, but you're at work, you're trying to make it sound as good as possible, and you need to use the right tools for it, so it's not always the best experience as you will have later as a listener of the results of your work, hopefully. Just quickly run through the main physical differences between these monitors. So the big ones, the Focals, have three speakers. The big one is kind of a like low end, kind of a low mid speaker. This one is a main one, this is the mid-range one, and here we have a tweeter which is responsible for the really high frequencies, and they all work together. Also in this monitor you can switch off the big monitor to just leave this section, which kind of in theory makes them pretty similar to this speaker, which is Yamaha NS10s. This monitor is much smaller. It has also one speaker less. This is a main white classic speaker, mid-range, and one tweeter which is responsible also for high frequencies here. And let's finish with the small one, which is the Avanton, and this is only one speaker. It's a mid-range speaker which actually have really low amount of low frequencies and really low amount of high frequencies, which makes it actually pretty useful, besides the fact it sounds like shit. So if you're interested into some weird musical stuff presented to you by this East European middle-aged person, subscribe. It really helps. Cheers. Why most of the professional mixing engineers use multiple monitoring system? I'll tell you, it's pretty easy and it's quite obvious, because actually your ears adapt super quickly to the range of the sound, to the sound spectrum, to the frequencies. And when your ears do that, they start to fool you. So first of all, the first 15-20 minutes of mixing day is the most important part, so you should be really focused in that period of time. It's super crucial to not ruin your mix. So how it works in a real life, I try to keep myself for the 70-80% of the time on this Yamaha NS10s, let's say middle sound quality. They're really good at providing the middle range really well. As you know probably already, the middle range is the most important thing in the mixing process. If middle range is alright, the top end and the low end will be just fine. You don't have to stress about it that much. In a secret, I'll tell you that most of the time I really don't check the low end for a really long time, and it's really magic how your ears work, because really I just catch myself many times that I really forgot that I switched to the smaller monitors. It's super easy to work on this huge ass monitors. They sound super pristine. But of course, as a professional, I switch really often to the smaller ones. And literally after 30-40 minutes, I really forget that I'm on the small monitors and I just work. It sounds normal for me. My ears adapt and I really start to hear more low end, more high end. Probably it's some kind of a psychoacoustics, but in a real life, it really works. Actually, I can propose you some kind of a experiment. To do that, you have to have at least 2 pairs of monitors. I guess if you have 2, one of them are bigger and one of them are smaller. Just switch to the smaller ones and just work on them for like 2 hours. And I can guarantee you that after 45 minutes, after an hour, you really forget that you just working on a really small monitors. Your ears and brain adapt to it and you start to hear more of low end, more of high end, and the mid-range is still precise because it's physically more precise in the monitors, which have to do less things at once. And also this is a crucial thing with the monitors with only 1 or 2 speakers, why they actually sometimes sound better in the mid-range. Oh, by the way, if you need mix or master, just hit me up. All the contact details are in the description. So let's imagine you are a monitor. You have to do 3 things at once. You have to keep low end tight, the mid-range precise, and you have to keep this pristine high end. And you have to do everything in the same moment. Of course, you have different speakers. You have low end speaker, you have mid-range speaker, and you have the tweeter. But the frequencies of all of these speakers overlap. But if you have, for example, this Avantone speaker, which is one mid-range speaker, it only takes care about the mid-range. And also it works the other way around. You as a person who listens to the speaker is also only focused on one frequency spectrum. So if you have, for example, these focal monitors, they're huge, beautiful sounding monitors, but when you put the music on, there's one problem. Of course you have the mid-range there, but at all times you also have this beautiful soft low end and crispy high end, which actually distracts you. It just pulls away your focus from the area which you should be focused all the time on. Of course, again, I mean mid-range. I can guarantee you if something will sound decent or even fine on the Yamaha or decent on such a small monitors as these Avantones, it will sound fine everywhere else. It's all about if you manage to do your mix as good as it will translate to other systems. Let me show you something. I don't know if you're familiar with this brand. It's JBL. It's a kind of a Bluetooth speaker. I use it at home when I mix something. I go home and I put my mix on this just to check how it sounds. This is my kind of a car speakers test, which is really common. If your mix will sound good on this or on the Avantones or on the Yamahas, it should also translate well to other audio systems. So if you don't have any additional speakers, just use this kind of a device or your phone really, or your earbuds, whatever is most casual for most of the population. Okay guys, honestly I have to get back to work. I have to do some mixing today. Thanks a lot, the pleasure was all mine. Dziękuję, cheers, till the next time, bye.